Hello people, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this particular video I want to list out like something I observe concerning parenting, so parental mistakes. So that is what I'll be talking about in today's video, but I will not be able to say everything or list out everything in this one particular video because it's going to take a whole lot of our time. So I'll be taking them step by step, each video step by step. So but on today's video I would like to share with you guys one of the parental mistakes that I get to see a lot of parents make, which is very bad. That number one mistake is not teaching your children their language. Yes, not teaching your children their dialects from a very young is actually very wrong. Like, it's so not good at all. It's not good to them, it's not good to, like, I feel like it's not good to them because at the long run they're the one that's going to be suffering from this particular upbringing. When you bring them up in that manner, in that way, they are going to be suffering from that particular situation that you put them in. So yes, all these things I'll be saying, or all these mistakes I'll be bringing out, is based on my experience as a child growing up to this particular stage. And trust me, I've experienced all this. Like, if I've not experienced it and I don't know the good and bad side about it, I will not bring it on this channel today. I will not be discussing it in this video today. So that I want you guys, as many of you out there that are watching this video, please and please try, if you find yourself in this category, I would like you to try your possible best to refrain from this and like retrace your step. Yes, retrace your step and train your children on this particular right path that you have to follow. That when they grow from it, it's not going to depart from them. Never, it cannot be from them. And like I said, it's an experience we had as children. I myself is growing up because my daddy was a person, he's a graduate. So the both of them, like, as children growing up, they never spoke Igbo, our language for us, that is Igbo language. They never taught us how to speak our language, or they never taught us how to speak our language, which was very bad. Because I could remember when the things, when we started noticing it was when I don't even know how old I was by then. Meanwhile, I was already the second to last born, and you can imagine, like, I think we were already up to 7-8 years by then, and we already get sense by that time. So everybody already, they like speak English, which is normal language that we used to speak at home. When my parents speak English to us, we speak English to them. So there were two children that came to spend holiday in our compound with one family like that. So they actually came from the village and they were speaking Igbo. Like, if you see these children are Igbo, and I think we're even older than them as at then. These children, if you see as they take a chop this Igbo, we're you know, say we wanted to be like them. We're very envious of them in the sense that we wanted to speak Igbo. We really wanted to speak our language. So I remember I was telling my mommy that particular morning when we were praying for school that, Mom, why are you not speaking Igbo for us? Why are you not speaking our language for us? That we want to learn it, we want to speak it, that she should be speaking it from us from today henceforth. We told her, and even we discussed it amongst ourselves that from today henceforth no more English in this house. So now only Igbo could speak for this house, and we tried it, but to our greatest surprise it was difficult because as children now we never get the sense to know that saying that says it is easier said than done. So we never get that sense to know. So we're thinking that it's just open your mouth, wow, and the Igbo go to come outside. So we never knew that it was going to be difficult. So from that particular moment, my parents started speaking Igbo for us. Like, we could not speak for them because we know what we learn from small. As children growing up from that kind of 1 year, they did not start speaking from us from small. But from that moment, they started speaking Igbo for us. See, this particular moment, that was how we were able to learn to listen, like, to hear our language. If not, we would have not been able to learn. We can hear our language very well. We can hear Igbo very well, but we cannot speak. That's just the only problem. Even if we can speak, it's just at least those ones we say we don't hear from people. We say those ones that at least as young people we're supposed to don't know. But those conversation Igbo we no fit speaker. So that really affected us. Even till now, like, if we reflect on those days, we'll be like, oh God, no even like self, our parents don't try for this particular aspect, or they don't try for this particular area, because we were like one day. So even till now, we see the one that say, like, we see one that say, what be the reason we make them not speak Igbo for us or teach us Igbo from small? till now we are still wondering what was the reason or what could be the reason. It's not like they could not speak their language. They could speak it. Like na wetin they speak give themselves, but why did they not impart that knowledge to us from small? And you know, for children, na from small na dey say they learn something, whether good or bad. That small stage from 1 year, like as any language you speak for them, na that language dem dey go dey hear, they go even dey speak am sef until dem grow. So that particular aspect really affected us, and till today you ever see any of us, any of my siblings, if we're like in the gathering or we see our mates that speak that language, we'll be like, ah God, like we'll just feel down, we'll feel unhappy because it's really like we're not happy about the situation, and it's not something that we can just fix overnight. It's something that requires hard work, and that hard work, like we're making effort, we're putting effort with, which is not even like, I'm not even lying about ourselves, but it's not something that does happen overnight. And other people are saying that just the learn and just the speak and small small, you go learn and you go study speaker. But I've tried it all my 3 years of working in Laba. I tried, in short, I nearly bite my tongue where I speak Igbo. But what I go do, I'm not keep myself. I cannot keep myself. I just had to in short, at some point I just gave up. I know if speak language, I know if speak, I cannot come and keep myself. The stage I was at, where I was supposed to be able to learn it easier or quicker or faster, I've already passed that stage. So now it's just like it's going to be stressful for me. So now my experience now not being able to speak my language, it affected me a whole lot instead of my 3 years of working for somebody at Alaba International Market. It really affected me because there was a particular customer, not just one particular customer. You know how all these businessmen they are, like if you cannot speak, like most of them or some of them, if you cannot speak your language for them or Igbo, because they're mostly Igbo men, if you cannot speak Igbo for them, they will not take you serious, or they might not want to even like discuss with you, something like that, because I've experienced it a lot. But this particular one now, this is my boss's customers, and then the man comes from, like, he just comes to market to buy things and go. So anytime he sees me at the shop, he does not like me selling market to him. He does not like me attending to him. He does not like me writing. He does not like me writing invoice for him. Why? What? Okay, ask me why. Because I cannot speak my language. You will not be like, how I'm gonna speak Igbo for you? Gonna speak English for me? Say, waiting now on me. Like he does not like he's irritated. He feels irritated. He feels annoyed. He feels angry within him. That how can an Igbo girl or Igbo person not know how to speak his or her language? But that man would never know, or he can never know that, or does not know that it's not our fault, or it's not my fault, or it's not that person's fault that they cannot speak the language, but it's from the foundational, like it's a foundational fault where the parents failed to teach them how to speak their language. So the man will always be like, if he does not see my boss, he will just go and come back later. He does not mind how many minutes it's going to take or hours. So he even almost brought misunderstanding between my boss and I at her then, because it was not like I should not pursue customer for him to make I try to speak the Igbo, all those kind of things. So I told him, Oga, not be wetin we agree. I will only speak the one I can speak, and I will not kill myself. So like I've tried my best, and it's not just working. So that is just the only thing I can do. So at some point I just thank God that it went the way it went, and like that one was settled. But another of my experience again I had was me like having to do my own personal business before I started this work I was talking about now. That I worked for like 3 years. I've had to do my own personal businesses where I always go to Idumota Island, yes, to buy men underwears like boxers, singlets, all those things. So when I go there to buy it, when I come back, I will just have to take it to that Alaba market and advertise my product, market my product, and sell. So throughout all this stage, in the process of me selling my market and advertising, like I'll just go from shop to shop, tell them, so I'm selling this one, I'm selling that one, and they're like, the ones I want to patronize will patronize, the ones I don't want to patronize, I'll just go. So there's a particular one I went to the shop that fateful day, and the man was like, I was like, no, I want somebody else allow men. Once you don't see one like this, or once you come to the shop to advertise any product to them and you're speaking English, they will start to interrogate you. And you, if you say you want some market, you go need to answer them, because of course you want to sell your market. So the man was not like, say, which state you from? I told him I'm from Imo State. And immediately I said that thing, the man was not like, so you be able to get yourself. Now they speak English for essence. I was not like, I know sabi speaking, I know sabi speak Igbo. So the man was not like, if I know sabi speak Igbo, say make I come out for his shop. Like Sigwe said it in his words. If you know fit speak Igbo, get out from my shop. Like he's like he was not going to patronize me because I could not speak my language. Like, can you imagine that? Like, can you imagine how your child would feel if he or she were to be in my situation or in your position? And where that thing happened was not just like it was not just me and him or me and the man in that shop. He had other people in the shop, like maybe his secretary and his sales boy and some of his customers that were there too. So you could imagine the shame and the embarrassment I had to pass through or had to go through that particular day. It was just like let the ground open and just swallow me. Let me just enter inside it because the shame was like even for me to even leave the shop I could not even God, like I was so I just had to just leave the shop and the man did not patronize me, he did not call me back, he did not even buy nothing. I had to go like that and I was so angry. I was so angry that now this small thing I make me lose this customer. Now this small thing I make this man not follow me by market. Like I was so angry, guys. I was so angry. So you can imagine if your children or if your child was to be in my situation where like there's an hindrance between he or she to achieve what he or she is supposed to achieve or to get a job that particular child is supposed to get. And that hindrance or what is hindering that child or stopping that child from getting that particular job is what they call it, not being able to speak his or her language. Like if you are the parent and your child comes back to give you that kind of review about how the interview went or about how he or she lost that job because they could not speak the language, how would you feel as the parent? If I were the parent, I would feel so bad. I would feel so ashamed of myself. I would feel so sad. I would feel pity for my child because of what I made him or her pass through. So you would not want your children to pass through that kind of situation. You would not want your children to pass through that kind of phase in their life. So in order for you to prevent that, you have to start from early stage. If your children are still small, you have to start from now. Start from now and start teaching them. Speak their language to them. Like this particular thing, I tend to see it mostly among Igbo people. Like it's more common among Igbo people. I don't know about in the East, but I just feel that East is different because those ones are in the East and know how now they must surely learn to speak their language, Igbo. But for this Lagos here, parents for this Igbo parents for this Lagos here, like most of them, if they're 100%, like they are, let me just say 80% of them, or let me just say okay higher 60% of them do not teach their children how to speak their language from small. Why the remaining 40% and they teach their children how to speak their language, which is very very bad. Can you imagine? I heard a woman complain about this particular situation to another person. So she was not like that. She was in a conversation with a woman where she like the woman that she was in conversation with was actually speaking English for her children. So when the children left, she was not like you know they speak Igbo for your children. She was not like the comment that woman made was say she don't want to speak Igbo for her children. Just say they're still small. Say if they start to speak Igbo for them, or if the children start to speak Igbo, say to make them look Igbotic. Or say that if their children start speaking Igbo, it will make them Igbotic, or it will make them sound Igbotic. Like I don't understand. Like your children will sound Igbotic. Then what are you not taking them to school for? What are they educating them in school for? What is the essence of them going to school? It's not for them to acquire knowledge, to learn more about English because they teach English in school. So definitely you must learn English. You know, get as one be that's that community or that area, they must surely learn how to speak English. That one is sure. But as like that from the foundation, their roots, that they're supposed to know how to speak their language, their dialect, their father's tongue, they're supposed to know how to speak it. So how can you as a mother now say that them speaking their language will make them look Igbotic or sound Igbotic? Like who says that kind of thing about upbringing or about parental upbringing? Like Why would you say that kind of thing? Because I see no sense in that particular sentence or in that particular situation, because I've seen a lot of people, a lot of educated people that speak the dialect too, young boys and young girls, like they speak fluent English and they speak fluent Igbo, like they speak their language fluently. Okay, how about our celebrities now? Those actors and actresses are not just only them, those both, in short, celebrities in a whole, those ones that can speak their language. How about them? They don't go to school. Can't they speak fluent English? Can't they speak the dialect? So how does them speaking the language now make them look Ibotic in her words or in her words? Like, it does not make any sense. So I was very, very angry. Why I was angry was because that woman does not know the harm and the damage she's doing to her children. Because I've been there, like I'm still passing through it today. Yes, because I've seen a lot of people condemn me in my presence or behind my back, unknown to them that I heard what they said because I could not speak my language. I've been in a lot of situations like that, and it made me feel very bad. To the extent that because of what happened to me in that very day at the market, where the man told me to leave his shop because I could not speak my language. Since then, I vowed within me that no matter anybody I go and meet in the market, or as long as I'm advertising my product to them in that market, and they ask me what time I'm from, or whether which state I'm from, I vowed within me that I will never tell them I'm an Igbo girl. Like, I already made up my mind that anybody that asks me that market, when I'm going to dance in the market, which state you from or where you from come, I'll tell them I be Edo girl, I be Delta girl, I no be Igbo girl. So that's what and it made, like, after that particular day I started doing, like, I stopped telling them I'm from Imo State or I'm an Igbo girl, because the next thing will be like they will start condemning, why can you not speak your language, you don't speak your language, and all those things. And I never wanted it, and I saw that it was working for me, but at some point, like, I felt uncomfortable about it, because I'm claiming to be who I'm not. I'm claiming a tribe that I'm not, or